Good morning and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. We are still going to be continuing to work on our hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 2024. Hosted by Terry Lee at Sweet Pea Papers and Junk Journal tutorials and more. Do want to remind you to go over, you can post pictures, enter to win a drawing August 1st. Excuse me. Okay, so hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. So what we have going on is, excuse me, after the last video before I went down to make lunch today, I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue a little bit more together here. So we've got some working room. Excuse goodness, wow. So we have our poinsettia page, we have this page is glued, and this page is glued. And I don't know where we're gonna go from there. On this side, I have a plan. And after I stopped filming, I took my sanding pad around the edges because I wanted to like get them roughed up a little bit more, and I may have to do it again now that they're a little bit more sturdy and a little more dry. I think I can probably rough them up a little more and get a little bit more ink on them. But I really like the olive green stays on this. I think it's a pretty color. And it's something a little bit different that I don't typically do, right? So my plan for today is we are going to paint these 4 pages. 1, 2, no, just this one, this one, this one, and this one. We're not going to do the back of this one because we're not going to see it. We're going to make pockets out of these 2 pages. So I have my, oh, Jody, got my watercolor. I'll be back. I wanted my acrylics. Apparently I wasn't paying attention. Good gravy. Hopefully I've got my stuff together now. Had to go in the other room to get that, which if you were watching Creep on June in that video and I said, this is the other room, and it's a lot of effort to get over there. Okay, we're gonna paint this page. So I have my King Art bits, and this one, the lid broke on me, so hopefully it's still viable. I have it in a bag and I have parchment on it. I was trying to protect it. Who knows? Okay, stop saying okay. Let's try some crimson red to start with. I'm wondering if I shouldn't gesso my pages first, because I bet that's gonna soak in our paint. So let's set this over here. Oh, I don't really want to gesso too much. So here's what we're gonna do. I want the variation. Did I say welcome to my channel? Did I say thank you for joining me? I'm not sure if I did. So you see here I have a plan for this page, and it's because of the title of the music on that page. So I definitely don't want to get those bits yucky. So let's just, that paper clip's probably gonna be in the way. And then let's put our parchment back in here. For the most part, I think the glue is pretty much dry. Now this is where we run the risk, because see, I have this page pretty much done, and we run the risk of damaging it, but we're gonna go for it. If I damage it, I'll figure out a way to fix it. Okay, so a little bit of gesso, not a lot. Still don't know if I said welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. How about let's just get it out. Oh, I'm a mess. I just have so much going through my head and going on. It's really hard, and so I appreciate everybody being so kind and supportive, and haven't even answered comments yet on the video, the 30th video, and that's not because I don't want to. I just haven't sat down to upload the first video I did today for this. And typically when I'm waiting on things to upload, that's when I kind of like answer my comments and stuff. I can do it on my phone. I prefer to do it on my laptop. So hopefully, well, there's no hopefully, I will get to it after a bit, but I'm just not there right now. Oh, okay, I got that better than I thought I did. And I don't want to necessarily cover all the music. I don't have to cover all the music. I am getting it on there. Don't care. I want it on there. Wait, I have to think about what I'm doing. Okay. Just get some gesso on there. Yeah, I want it on there. Hi, come out. If you don't have gesso, you can just use white paint. If you don't have white paint, I'm not really sure. I know white paint's a good alternative to gesso, but I am still learning about mixed media stuff, so I will tell you, you know, what I can to help, but there are so many great mixed media artists out there that if it's something you're interested in, I would just tell you to go down the rabbit hole. But I will tell you, you don't have to buy all the things. Hindsight, you know, when we get all excited about something, we go start buying all the things because we think we need them. I have to dry these. Wait, I'm tearing up my pages. Okay, let me dry these off real quick, and then I'll be right back. I will tell you that mixed media is kind of like my happy place, and I don't share it on my channel very much because I'm not very good at it. So if you are a mixed media expert and you'd like to give me guidance or to tell me how I can do something better, that would be amazing. If you're a critic and you're telling me I'm doing something wrong, you're more than welcome to keep that to yourself, because telling me mean things does not help me grow. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. So, oops, I'm so sorry. I have you plugged in. My phone is like dying. All right, so I have just a little bit of my acrylic. I've been seeing like a few people say, uh-oh, are we dried out? No, I like this paint. I know, I haven't been in it in way too long. I think it's gonna come like squirting out. Pokey tool? Let's try a pokey tool. I've been, oh my gosh. So I was watching a video yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, her title is absolutely what made me watch her video. And I guess that she is technically a little person. Like, she's a member of like Little People of America or something like that. She's not somebody I watch. I think I know who she is, but I'm not 100% sure I know who she is. But anyway, the moral of the story is, boy, she was super upset, and I do not blame her. And this is why I said, uh-oh, I'm going to kill my pokey tool. If you don't have anything nice to say, please just keep it to yourself. She was very upset. Somebody was trying to educate her on little people, and she is a little person. And she was just so upset. Gosh, my heart just hurt for her. I just wanted to hug her through the video. It was just somebody who was just not being very nice. And we have enough meanness in this world. We don't need people being mean for no daggone reason. Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm planning on using this. So this, wow, I didn't know these would dry up like this. Epic fail. All right, we're gonna make it work. Water. But anyway, it just really hurt my heart. And I know how, like, when people say mean things, it can really be hurtful. And, you know, YouTubers share because they love to share. Of course, many are doing it so they can make money. Ouch. And, yeah, but I really hurt for her. So I don't know if anybody else saw that video. You probably know who I'm talking about, but it was just really sad. Very, very sad. I promise you I'm not going to sit here and fight with all this paint on film, but I got this thing of paint out because it had so many colors in it, and I thought, well, it would be easier just to have this little one on here versus trying to deal with all the small bottles. But oh, hey, that came out. That's a little bit much. Bit too much. It's all right. We're just gonna use it. I just want a darker red. Not really a poopy red though. Oh, there we go. Probably black would have been better, but it's gonna be eye of eye because it's our bottom layer. So, oh yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, so we are just going to smush it around. And I don't care about super even swipes or covering the whole thing. I just want some interest on the page here. This is not really the right tool, but that's all right. Not the right tool. Where's my painty one? Back to not being able to find, oh, there it is. Find things on my desk, guys. Imagine that. These old gift cards or shopping cards or even old credit cards. I don't like to use old credit cards because if you see the numbers on here, I don't want to share that kind of information. But so this is what I'm going to do on the next couple pages. I'm going to get it dry, and then I'm going to figure out what color green I want to use and come over this with a green. And part of the reason I wanted to do acrylic versus the inks is because I wanted to make sure that once this is dry, it's not going to reactivate with the next layer and make mud. You know, in previous videos, I've told you that Mod Podge will bubble. And so my page bubbled a little bit. I don't care. I kind of like it. It's fine. So I didn't say over here on the side, I'm just working on my Dollar Tree cutting mat. So that's what I've got over here that I'm using for mixing my paint and stuff on. And didn't need to go to Dollar Tree. I think I killed that. But I always say I need to go to Dollar Tree. If I'd actually make a Dollar Tree list, it would be better when I go, because then I would remember what it was I needed to replace. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. So this will be our second Christmas in July video, and hopefully this will move on along. I probably won't film doing all of the base pages because I feel like maybe that would be so redundant for you guys. You'd be like, okay, you're painting and inking again. So maybe I'll do like one with paints, one with inks if I decide to try to use inks, and then go from there. I'm not sure yet exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, just know I'm still up in the air as far as a lot of this goes. And honestly, I don't care if I mess this up. I am using this as a learning experience and as kind of like a what's the word? Reminder to myself of the things that I knew and have forgotten because I haven't done them in so long. That's the word. Okay, so we have some red down, and it's a very dark red, but I mean, really, if you look at the kit, it's the right color red. It just looks like, kind of looks like blood on the page. We are not having a bloody Christmas, I promise. All right, so then I want to come back in with, do I want to brayer the green on or just do some more swooshing? How about let's just get some green back there. Ooh, well, this could prove to be an interesting outcome, right? There's always ugly stages though, and I have to remind myself of that when I do these things because I get really discouraged and then I'm like, why did I do that? Do you guys get like that? And I wanted the contrasting colors because I mean red and green are Christmas, but we're going to come over this with some more stuff for mark making and bits, and there's some crackling happening in here which I find really interesting. So maybe my gesso wasn't, or maybe that's from the gesso because I brayered it on and it's just texture from that. I'm not sure. So I don't need thick layers of color. I just want a little bit of color. Just a little bit. Don't need a lot. We just want some backgrounds because we still have to decorate these pages. You know? So so just a little bit. That one might need just a touch more green, not a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep on with the green and then figure out what I'm gonna do to start putting layers on top. I need to look at my Christmas stamps. I really wish I had some big number stamps. I think that would be awesome. I don't have any. Trying not to order anything right now. So there is that. Trying being the key word. Sometimes I'm like, but I need it. I don't. I really don't need it. I just want them. Okay. I have a piece of parchment paper here that I've wadded up, and I'm just got some gray over here that I'm just loosening with some water that's just on my paintbrush coming out of the jar. And I'm just going to paint some on my paper here. And we're gonna see what happens, because I'm not sure. Ooh, that kind of gives a cool effect. Oh, I like it. So I'll just do this to all the pages. Ooh, and that knocks all those colors to the back a little bit. Then what I can do is I'm going to look at my stamps and come back. But I'll dry this and do all 4 pages with the gray. They need to be very similar because these top 2 are going to be pockets. So we want the 2 pages to kind of blend and be similar. Obviously, they're not going to be exact. So I'll just continue to work and I'll come back. So I just have some background stamps here, and I'm just going to use a permanent ink. This is the Stays On Olive that I'm using, and I'm going to just get some interest and noise put on these pages and just continue to add layers and layers and layers until I'm happy with this background. Now, I do not have a permanent that is this color red. I don't think, but you know what? You know what? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Oh, a lot of good it does me to have Mark bring me up gloves that I don't use. Oh, there's some brown. Maybe I'll do brown. I was going to do black, but maybe I'll do brown instead. You know, I'm making a lot of noise. You can't see what I'm doing. See, that's carnation red. That's way too red, I think. And this green is too green. So those can be put back in the other room. Did I not put it in here? I thought I did. Ooh, what about barn door stain? Maybe. Yeah, no. Blazing red. That's the wrong color. I thought I put a burgundy ink re-inker in here. Maybe I left it over in the other room. Oh. Well, I'll go over there in a minute. I just have a bin of mixed media stuff on a cart here beside me. Should see me trying to get that cart in here. Push the cart, take a step with my crutches. Push the cart, take a step with my crutches. Because Mark wasn't in here, and I was like, I am not calling him up here to move this cart for me. I am going to manage. It took me forever to get the cart over here. I'm just saying. So this is just some circle stamps. I don't know if this is a Tim Holtz set or what, but this is what I'm using. So it's got some numbers, letters, the Argyle, and this. So I'll be using these for some interest in the background. I want to make sure I have the layers dry before I switch colors, just to make sure that I'm not cross-contaminating my ink pads for one thing, and also just to make sure that the colors don't mix on the pages. So I'm not going to come back and do each individual color. I just want to talk you through the steps, and hopefully you can see that green is super close to the green paint that I used. And I'm sorry, it's inappropriate. The color is called Hooker's Green. Who names a paint color Hooker's Green? I mean, I don't know. Maybe one of the ladies on the corner liked that color. I'm sure there's a reason why it's named that, and that's part of my inappropriate humor. So please don't skewer me for saying it out loud. So usually I'll tell myself, don't say it. Don't say it. Okay, I'm gonna go get my other red, and then I'm gonna do some, I was thinking I would do some black, but I may do the brown because I think that the brown will go with the kit itself better wherever I stuck that. I've lost it already. Yeah, I think the brown's gonna go better than the black, but we'll see. Okay, so I went and got the other red, and it's a Stampin' Up! Re-inker that's called Burgundy, and I don't have a stamp pad for that. So I saw somebody on YouTube do this, and this is my first time trying it. So we're gonna try it. We're going to see what happens if this works or not. And The black stays on was like super. Oh, now, that needs to soak in. Well, maybe I'm supposed to let that sit on there a little bit longer. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it because, ooh, hey, well, that color is gonna work, but that's really wet. Okay, so we're just going to just add some interest with this burgundy ink, and why don't I do that and just dab that up some, because that's really bright. And I'm still gonna knock a lot of this back. Like I'm still gonna come over with some white gesso. Don't worry, I hope the colors are translating on screen. I don't know if they are. And then on these center pages, I'm doing them top and bottom, even though all we're gonna use of these for this particular layout are the bottom pieces. So it's going to be fine. I think I want to just use up what's on my little ink pad there. Come back in and daub some of that extra up. I think that needs to sit. I don't recall that because it's been at least a month since I watched that video, at least a month. And don't recall if she said we're supposed to let these ink pads sit, but my girlfriend saw this video and she was like, Jody, that's a good solution for you for the RV where you don't have to take so much with you space-wise. Like I could just make colors, you know, if I want to have small ones, because like when I have quite a few of the re-inkers. So it's definitely something I'm going to consider, but I'm glad I made one. So now I can test it. I'm going to close that up, let that sit, and hopefully that'll soak in some. But that color is a beautiful burgundy ink color. I really like that a lot. So I'll dry that. I have to go into the other room and get some more paper towels because I forgot to get some when I was out. So I'm just going to keep working on this and then I'll come back. Oh my goodness, you guys. You know, I try to keep it real with you. And I'm glad I wasn't filming when I did it because I was definitely talking like a sailor. So I have my jar of water here. That is now about half as full as it was because I dumped it. And this is an inkjet image. I've mopped up a lot. And I'm going to try to dry this and hope that it doesn't ruin our image, okay? But with keeping it real, I wanted to come back and show you that this page is totally saturated. So I'm gonna dry it and see what happens. Fortunately, that page took the brunt of it. It like spilled, I don't even know, it's everywhere. But anyway, I think I have it all cleaned up except for drying the page. But this is an opportunity to practice what I preach and tell you it's just paper. So if this doesn't work, we can tear the page out, we can cover it with something. There's an opportunity to overcome this obstacle. Super frustrated. The page is not faring well. My glue stick didn't hold with it getting wet. So actually, that could potentially be a gift. Or I re-glue this and use it anyway. But the red ink soaked through and I have pink. Didn't really want pink. I'm just gonna leave it in there for right now. I am not going to fix it right now, but I'm telling you, it's an opportunity to overcome an obstacle. So I have this page, and I added some silver ink to it, and now they're like super shimmery, and I hope that they look better on screen than I feel like they look in person. I'm not happy with them. What I did, here's how I knocked it over. See this big, tall paintbrush? I need new paintbrushes because in this space and how I'm trying to function, it doesn't work with having the tall paintbrushes like that. And I just clipped it. I mean, I just clipped it. It's totally my fault. Totally my fault. All right. I just put a little bit of gesso on my mat over here, and I'm going to water it down a little bit because, you know, I haven't had enough water for the moment. But I've got to get done with this page because I gotta go. I thought I had done a grocery order for earlier, and like I was making lunch and I said, gosh, they never text me about substitutions. That's weird. And then it was like 11:47 or something, and I'm like, they haven't texted me and told me my order's ready yet. Yeah, because you have to actually place the order in order for the order to be put in. It's just the kind of day I'm having. Fine. It's fine. Okay. So I'm going to just use my little crack card here and just scrape some white on here. I feel like this needs knocked back some, and not a lot. I don't want to cover all of my color, but I do want to just knock that into the background some more. I'm having fun playing with the paints though. I mean, I really am. And that's really what this was about for me with this journal, was playing. Now I'll tell you that I was really trying to use products that were not going to be water reactive. And what did I do? I used the Stampin' Up! Ink. And what is it doing? It's reacting. It's turning pink. There's nothing I'm going to do about it right now. I'm just going to leave it. So the bottom of this is really what we're going to see. So I just want to get some on the bottom. So just knocking that into the background a little bit more. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit, just to mute some of those colors, give us a little bit more interest. I knocked the thing over because I was reaching for the black ink to do black splatter. But I don't think I'm going to do that now. Nope, nope, and nope. So I'm just going to call it good with this for now, because I still... Oh my goodness, excuse me. My word, I am so sorry. I bet that was really loud. I still have to decorate the pages. So I really was trying to just work on getting some backgrounds done and pretty much make a mess. So I'm probably just going to call that good for right now. Partially because I'm annoyed at what just happened. But it's a process too. I mean, I have a few hours in these 4 pages by the time you put it on, dry it, put it on, dry it, fuss with it, put it on, dry it. I stamped with a few different stamps in the background with a mix of StazOn and VersaFine. I think I prefer the VersaFine actually for what we're doing. So yeah, there is that. I'm going to take this gesso, I'm not going to waste it, and I'm just going to put it on some pages just to kind of prime them for if we want to do something with them. And then I'll let these dry, finish drying this, and then show you what it is that I'm planning on doing with these pages, or how I plan to make the pockets. So that's what we're going to do next, and then that will be the end of this video. I've added a little bit of gold stamping to it. Getting better. I still am not 100% that I love it, but we're going to go with it. So for the most part, it's dry enough to do what we want to do to it. Well, I don't know if that's dry or on coming off on my... Maybe I need to heat it again. Let me heat it again. I need to walk away from this today. I'm getting discouraged. So what I want to do to make our pockets is get my ruler and my straight edge here, and I want to figure out, I think I want my pockets to be more open to this side versus the inside. That way, if we have anything hanging off of them, they can hang off the edge there. So I want to just make a mark with a pen. And I think I'm just going to come up like maybe 2.5 inches on the side. Yeah, 2.5 inches there. And 2.5 inches here. Now this one's kind of wonky on the bottom. It's kind of wonky, but I'm just gonna kind of split that difference and hope for the best, because you know my best is doing great today. But you know, I said I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, so I'm just gonna do it. And then so that's 2.5, so let's just go 3.5 over here in the middle, and just kind of eyeball that one. I don't want to make a big mark because you may still see that. And I want to use, well, let's not spill that again today. And I can't carry that myself to go put it away. I have to call Mark up and have him take it outside for me because I don't want to dump that much glue in the sink. So finding my mark here and here, okay? Taking my straight edge, be very, very careful. And I'm just cutting that across there, okay? Like that. And we have a flap here. Okay. And I could have just painted one page, but that's all right. I'll have a piece I can use elsewhere. I'm telling you guys, it has been a really long time since I've done this, and I thought, oh, I'll do something different versus something that I always do. And now I'm thinking, maybe I should have just stuck with what I know. Where is my mark? Right there. But again, I will persevere. And if I don't like it, you know what? Worst case, I don't like it. But at least I get to play, right? And not all pages turn out the way we want them to. I mean, I realize in the world of YouTube, everybody shows their best work. And people don't necessarily say, hey, I had a big boo-boo and messed up. Like spilling your water everywhere. So, I did it. Spilled it, I did it, it happened. So, I just really want this to be just a fun piece, you know, and I do love mixed media. I've made some really cool journal covers and stuff like that using mixed media, and I've always done really well with this, so I don't know what my problem is today. Yes, I do. I'm tired. I am tired. But I didn't know if I would have time to actually build a journal, but at the rate I'm going with this, I probably should have just built a journal. I didn't want to build a journal. Like, I didn't build a journal for Creep on June on purpose either. I wanted to do the tags. I thought they were so cool. Okay, so now my plan, what my plan was to stitch these together, slow stitch them. However, because that happened, we are going to halt that idea. I've lost my sanding block, so I'm going to take my sanding block and just go along all of these edges and just kind of rough them up, distress them a little bit so that they'll take the ink really well. Okay, well, I like it better inked. I think it looks better. And I went around it with green, and then I thought, you know, I'm gonna go around it with black because I wanna pull those colors. And then we have these pieces that we can use elsewhere for tags or pockets in other places. And so that'll be good. And I apologize if I'm coming across as being negative in this video. I truly don't mean to be. I just, you know, it just, when some certain things happen, you get really frustrated. So I am going to run some art glitter glue around these edges here. And, oops, paper clip them. And that way they dry really well before we do anything else to this page. I do still want to stitch it, but that's not something I will do on screen if I do it. And that will still help tie this all together. It'll be, and I do believe that this book is going to be a lot of fun when I'm done. In the moment, because everything had just happened, I was like really, really frustrated. And I just have to remind myself, what I always say to everybody is that it's just paper and things happen and it's okay. On the other page here, hopefully I can show you. This page is starting to come out, so I'm going to band-aid that with the medical tape, but because I just glued those pockets, I need to close that book. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, let this art glitter glue hold, go wash my hands, get ready to go to the store and get my groceries. I stepped on it. I dropped a paper clip and stuck my foot right on it. But it'll be fun. It's going to be fine when it's done. It's just going to be a fun art book. It's going to be a Christmas art book. That's what we're going to call it. So thank you for joining me. And I hope that you learn a few things from me in this process, as well as I learned something in the process too. Thank you for joining me. And don't forget to go post in Terry's Facebook group so you have an opportunity to win her giveaway. Like, comment, subscribe, share for me. Well, maybe not share this video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi guys, it's the next morning. I'm just popping on here really quickly at the end to tell you it is the next morning. I'm feeling a little bit better mentally about this project. I was so frustrated yesterday. I literally almost threw this whole book in the trash. I have not thrown it in the trash. I'm going to still work on it. Even with this page yesterday, I was like, I don't think I like it. But this morning, I like it. It's fine. Once we get embellishments in the pockets and decorate it, it's going to be fine. So I just wanted to say at the end of this video, we are going to persevere. We are going to continue. The damage is not irreparable from the water spill. It's fine. So it's fine. So if something like that happens to you, walk away, take a deep breath, and it's going to be okay. I will see you in the next video. Bye.